Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha with Ice Cream Fitness here, and I had a subscriber ask me a couple days ago if I could address the topic, because apparently it pops up in the media again every now and then, of if diet sodas in some way either cause fat gain or prevent fat loss. So I want to address that from a scientific perspective. But hold on, let me give you guys a bicep shot first. All right, this seems to be a topic that I saw a doctor on Dr. Oz or one of these similar shows a few years ago when I was sitting in a doctor's office watching the TV, was discussing this, and I do remember specifically what he said, so I know that is the argument being put forward, and several people have said that this came out on a news story here in the UK, that they ran it on television, and they were discussing how drinking diet sodas can inhibit fat loss or even cause fat gain despite having no calories because of a potential insulin release. And the point was that by tasting something sweet in your mouth and swallowing it, getting it into your system, it can make your brain supposedly release a bit of insulin ahead of time to prepare for what it perceives as an incoming sugar load. And there might be some truth to that, but what people forget is that hormones are the mechanisms by which your body determines nutrient partitioning. They are not the actual cause of preventing body fat from being burned or calories from being burned or creating calories to be stored. So it's not capable of doing that. All the insulin in the world will not cause you to gain any body fat when there are no calories present, and particularly surplus calories present in order to be stored. And what actually happens, and even if this is true, it's not going to be a large insulin spike like people think. There might be a small insulin release. And yes, insulin, when levels are elevated, can reduce, depending on how elevated they are, can reduce the body's ability to burn fat as a fuel source. And so you will go into burning glucose. It doesn't make you store glucose as fat. It makes you start burning glucose. So then you store the fat that you've eaten. But this would be a very short-lived thing, because the body would release this extra insulin, blood sugar levels would drop slightly. Yes, your body would start burning more glucose and less fat for a few minutes, and then when it doesn't get the sugar spike that it thought it was going to get, it will reverse back in the other direction, because your body is always doing things in undulating waves, and people seem to forget that. You're always undulating, whether you're burning fat, storing fat, burning carbs, burning fat. All of these things happen on waves regardless of if you're bulking or cutting every day. And so it will swing back in the other direction due to another chain of hormonal responses that are released as a result of the blood sugar dropping slightly, and your body will start burning more fat than it would have. So it will balance itself back out. It's not going to prevent you from burning body fat. And on top of that, we do have studies that show, and I'm sorry if I don't have any handy, but I did see one a while back that did show that when they replaced all the soda in someone's diet with diet soda, they lost weight. They lost fat. And we know that diet sodas help with people's satiation, because you get something sweet and the carbonated water is filling. It has a filling effect in your stomach. It is satiating. It will help you eat less food and less calories. It is a useful cutting tool and a useful diet tool. Now, the interesting thing with the study that I did see is that it didn't give the full difference in the calories. That it only gave a portion of the fat loss that would be expected from the calorie change, but there is a very good explanation of this. Keep in mind, this was self-reported data, which tends to be very inaccurate as far as people reporting their intake. And so the logical answer is that diet soda is less satiating than regular soda. So people are going to make up some of those calories with other foods, and that's a very simple reason for that. Calories themselves are somewhat satiating. Even the most empty, lowest satiation calories, such as refined sugars, still have some satiation value. So if you take a carbonated beverage like a diet soda versus a soda, the one with the extra sugar added is going to be slightly more satiating. It's just going to have a very, very poor satiation value for the amount of calories. So it's not going to fill you up very well. But it is very well possible that by subbing in the diet soda, you're going to make up some of the calories with other foods, just not the total amount of calories, if you're eating purely based upon your hunger. But it is still a very useful tool for this, and no, any perceived insulin response as a result of drinking the soda is not going to inhibit your net ability to burn body fat, and it's certainly not going to make you store any body fat. Alright guys, so that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.